guys, welcome back to my channel. This week I've got something interesting in store for you, but as you can tell, today I'm actually at a friend's house because I'm in Las Vegas as we transition into our new home. So what I wanted to share with you guys, if you've been wondering, is Washington State a safe place? Is it dangerous? What's going on? I'd actually like to tell you guys the top 10 most dangerous cities to live in the state of Washington. So stay tuned for this list. So guys, statistically speaking, the state of Washington is considered a relatively safe place to live. And in fact, I have just a couple of stats I'm going to read off to you. So just so you know, Washington State is actually ranked 31 out of 50 for violent crimes. And the overall crime rate is only 2.8 out of every 1,000 residents. And that's actually less than the national average. But obviously no place is perfect. And so, really some of these cities are more dangerous than others. And I'm sure if you're thinking about moving to Washington, you're considering what city could be the best fit for you and your family, you're definitely gonna wanna check out this list. Let's go ahead to the first one, which would be the 10th most dangerous city, the state of Washington. Just FYI, all of these are backed on FBI crime reports, specifically, FBI crime statistics and violent crime, property crimes. So obviously your personal experiences might be different than my video. So drop a note in the comments if you disagree with anything I'm about to say and state your reasons, okay? So the 10th most dangerous city in the state of Washington would actually be Port Orchard. Port Orchard, it's a beautiful place. I don't know if you've been there. If you live there, odds are of being a crime victim is actually 1 out of 13. The city has the 4th highest property crime rates on the list. But, the good news is Port Orchard rarely has murder crimes. So, hey, silver lining. All right, so the 9th most dangerous city is going to be Longview. You have a 1 in 16 chance of being the victim of a crime if you live in Longview. Most of the crime committed is actually assault, and the property crime rate is high for that small city as well. So if you think about that, maybe you don't want to live there. The 8th most dangerous city in the state of Washington is actually going to be Auburn, which I've been through plenty of times. I have some family members out there. Auburn, it has about 73,000 people, the population. And for a city that size, obviously, violent crime rates are pretty low, thankfully. But unfortunately, it is ranked 14th in the state for property crimes, and 9th as the most murders on the list. So odds of being a victim of crime if you live here is actually 1 in 17. Now, number 7, you will have definitely been to this city if you ever travel to Seattle, because SeaTac Airport is located in the city of SeaTac. SeaTac has about 28,000 people and 1 in 15 chance of being the victim of crime. So SeaTac has the 10th most violent crime in the state, you guys, most of which are rapes, robberies, and assaults. Okay, so moving on, the 6th most dangerous city, you guys, is Centralia. I've never been there. I was surprised to hear this actually because it seems like it'd be a pretty peaceful place from what I gathered from the very little that I do know about Centralia. Really shocked to find out that, in 2012, it was actually ranked as the 11th in the state for violent crime, 23rd for property crime, and obviously they have a high number of murders for a place of its size. So it's approximately 12 per 100,000 people. Locals have 1 in 19 chance of being a victim of crime. The 5th most dangerous place in the state of Washington, so that would be Burien, which I definitely have been to. If you've been there before, let me know in the comments. You definitely want to watch carefully over your car when you're in Burien. Most crimes that are reported are regarding theft and specifically vehicle theft. So if you live in Burien, your odds of being a victim is actually 1 in 12 of car theft. So definitely be careful. The 4th most dangerous city is actually the city of Tacoma. Having grown up in Seattle and Shoreline specifically, we'd always joke around Tacoma aroma because of the not so great odor that wafts through the city of Tacoma. So I think it was because of the old paper mills. But anyway, it is actually the 4th most dangerous city in the state of Washington. So like Spokane, Tacoma is actually one of the largest cities. So statistically, it will have more crime than most other cities because obviously it's a big city. Unfortunately, the locals have a 1 out of 14 chance of being the victim of crime, and it does have the 2nd highest property crime in the entire state. third most dangerous city would be Spokane, which is not that close to Seattle if you've ever been there. So back in 2012, okay, there were about 5,939 reported deaths per 100,000 people in Spokane, the second highest in the entire state. Locals have a 1 in 11 chance of being a victim of crime. You know, Spokane, it is a good sized city, so higher crime rates are kind of expected, right? It is obviously a pretty big city. The second most dangerous city in the state of Washington would be Yakima. If you live in Yakima, you actually have a 1 out of 15 chance of being a victim of crime. And obviously it's ranked 6th in the state for violent crime. And the majority of those crimes, of course, are being physical assaults. And then lastly, the number one worst, or I shouldn't say worst, most dangerous city to live in the state of Washington is going to be Tukwila. Tukwila was actually named America's most dangerous city. Locals have a 1 in 6 chance of being a victim of crime. So yeah, pretty scary, guys. But hey, again, there's always silver lining. You know, don't go out late at night and be watchful of your things. Go in numbers. But those guys, that wraps up the 10 most dangerous places to live in the state of Washington. So let me know, guys. Drop a note in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What is your experience in all of these cities? Because obviously they're not necessarily all bad. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this. Thanks, guys, and stay tuned for next week's video.
You're like a circle that floats around.